Hello children, welcome to the social science lessons for class 8 geography chapter 2 land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife resource. In chapter 1 resources, we have seen water resources, classification of resources, need for conservation of resources, sustainable development and some principles of sustainable development. So, we have already learned that the resources can be mainly classified as natural resources, human made resources, and human resources. In this chapter, we will deal with some of the important natural resources such as land, soil, water, natural vegetation, and wildlife resources. So, let us recollect what are natural resources. Natural resources are those resources which remain in its original form without much modification. People stay in different parts of the world, lead very different lives. Let's see some examples. In different parts of the world, people live in different kind of houses. You can see a variety of houses which is seen all across the world from different places. Now, the dress they wear is different in different places. The food they eat is different. People do take up other occupations depending upon the availability of resources. So, here in this video, you can see this is a sheep farm in New Zealand. So New Zealand is blessed with a lot of pastoral lands, so where sheep rearing is possible. See how beautiful it is. Wherever land is available as a resource, the cultivation is done. Let's see this video. Sea is a bounty of marine resources. We can see a lot of fishermen communities living in the coastal areas. Okay, here you can see these people are going for fishing. And these differences are because of the differences in the quality of land, soil, water, natural vegetation, animals, and the usage of technology. And these factors directly affect other people's lives. Okay, and the availability of such resources is the main reason for places differ from each other, and other lives of people differ from place to place. Now we will learn about the major natural resource given in your chapter as land in detail. Land is among the most important natural resources. Then it covers only about 30% of the total area of the Earth's surface. What would be the remaining portion? It is water and ice cubes. Okay, so you have to remember in all this 30% of the land area, people are not living. Okay, in some of the regions, the people are not living at all. Okay, that we will see in the next part. And the land is used for different purposes such as agriculture, forestry, mining, building houses, roads, and setting up of industries. For all these activities, we need land. So we cannot imagine a life without land. We have already seen only 30% of the Earth's surface is land area. Right? Now, here you can see a box. So this is a box from your textbook itself. Do you know 90% of the world's population occupies only 30% of the land area. So here you have to understand the 30% of the available 30% earth surfaces occupied by the 90% of the world's population. And the remaining 70% of the land is either sparsely populated or uninhabited. Anyway, you might have understood that the world population is unevenly distributed. Now, let's see in which all areas the world population is more, and in which all areas or regions the world population is less or sparse. The uneven distribution of population in different parts of the world is mainly due to varied characteristics of land and climate. The other factors responsible for the uneven distribution of population we will learn in your chapter 6 of geography. Then let's see the rugged topography, steep slope of the mountain, low-lying areas susceptible to waterlogging, or where there is a chance of becoming marshy lands or desert areas, thick forested areas are normally sparsely or less populated or uninhabited. Okay, and you can see like the places of rugged topography or that of steep slope mountains, then marshy lands or deserted regions. So the life will be so difficult, so the people will not prefer to live there. So those areas will be normally sparsely or least populated and sometimes uninhabited, while the plains and river valleys offer suitable land for agriculture. Hence, these are the densely populated areas of the world. So we can see most of the plains and the river valleys are thickly populated or densely populated, and other people too prefer to live in these regions or to involve in agriculture. We have already seen the land has many uses. Now we will see a new term, land use. So what is land use? Let's see. Land use refers to the use of land for different purpose such as agriculture, forestry, mining, construction, roads and setting up of factories. So land use means other use of land for different purposes. Now the determinants of land use pattern. So what are the factors responsible for the differences in use of land? So here you can see two type of factors. One is physical factors and the other one is human factors. Under physical factors, we have topography, soil, climate, minerals and availability of water as the determinants of land use pattern, while other human factors are population and technology. Here you can see a table 2.1, the land use in selected countries. Okay, and this table is from your textbook itself, and you can see some of the selected countries name given, then the percentage of area used as cropland, pasture, forest, and for other use. Okay, and so you have an exercise given over there as study the above table and answer the following. Name the countries having highest percentage of the land under cropland, forest, pasture and other uses. So here you can see the cropland. India is having the highest percentage of cropland. And Australia is having the highest percentage of pastoral land. Okay, so like that, you have to identify the countries which has highest percentage of forest land and other land under other uses. Okay, and second part, you can see how would you relate the land use pattern of these countries with the probable economic activities. So we have already seen like India is with the highest percentage of cropland, and like the major economic activity in India is agriculture. So like this, you have to find out the other countries' cases too, like which of the economic activity will be prominent in Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, and so on. Okay, so this can be done as an assignment. So by this, I stop for today. Thank you, children.